So, you're trying to build muscle, man? Then you've come to the right place. Because we're here to talk about muscle growth. We're here to talk about bodybuilding, and we're here to talk about fitness in general, right? So there are two kinds of people when it comes to fitness. The first kind is the kind of people that just want to look good for the summer, right? The whole season where, you can take your shirt off and look good, or look, toned and look defined and stuff like that. Make the ladies going wild over the summer because of all the beach parties and, the bikini parties and stuff like that. Second kind of people are the people that just, want to make it a lifestyle. They want to do it every day. They want to make every part of their life about fitness. They want to always talk fitness with their friends. They want to lift every day. They want to go to the gym as often as they can. They want to look good all the time, all year round, right? Now, if you're the kind of person that, want to just work out to get a summer body, that's more easier than making it a fitness lifestyle. Because I tell you this, it's not easy living a fitness lifestyle, and it's not cheap as well, because you gotta buy all the meat products, you gotta buy all the proteins, the creatine, the supplements, and everything. It's not exactly. It takes sacrifice basically to live a fitness lifestyle, because it's dedication, and you gotta stay motivated. Because if you don't stay motivated, you're gonna really lose the passion, and you're gonna just sort of phase out of it, So you gotta stay focused on what your dream is, what your dream body is, what you're trying to achieve. You gotta keep it in mind 24/7. Oh, if I eat this, I may not look like this, or if I don't eat this, I may not look like this, right? It's gotta be basically everything around you, right? I gotta wake up at this time to do this amount of exercise and go out to the gym later on and do this amount of exercise. I gotta do or complete this amount of reps. I gotta lift this much weight, It becomes every part of you. You dream about being in the gym. When you're dreaming, you're like working out in your head, and when you're basically doing anything you're doing, you basically try to turn it into some kind of workout, and it's amazing if you start to live that kind of life, because it makes you feel better about yourself. It makes you feel stronger. It makes you, more and more dedicated and more passionate about things, and it makes you able to achieve anything. I mean, if you can go through all the pains of all the heavy lifting and, going through the pain of all the running and all the cardio that you do, man, you could go through anything in life. Honestly, that's my honest opinion, because it opens your mind to infinite possibilities, because you become a better version of yourself, and you just keep going, and you just keep climbing that ladder that keeps taking you higher and higher in your mental capacity, and both physically and mentally. You just break barriers and you break boundaries, and it's amazing, honestly. So today we're going to be basically talking about protein, right? Protein is one of the necessities when it comes to bodybuilding, or when it comes to basically living a fitness lifestyle. Even if you're trying to get your somebody, you need protein in your life, because it just helps out. Because imagine this, you go to the gym, you're working out 3 or 4 times a day, and your muscles are expanding, when you're doing workouts and stuff, and you need basically something to help you recover. Right? And that's what protein is for. It helps you recover your muscles, that when you strain your muscles, or when you stress your muscle in the workout period, it helps you recover faster. And if you're not taking protein, you can as well work out, for a couple months, but over time, it's always advisable to put protein, or eat, your diet should contain a lot of protein in it, because your muscles are doing a lot of work, and you just need to keep feeding them with all kinds of protein. It is essential. Now we're going to be talking about the kinds of protein, right? There are 2 major kinds of protein powders, right, that you can get. You can get basically mass gainers, which is basically protein that helps you expand your muscles, protein that helps you get bigger and more massive. And there's whey protein, which is basically protein that just helps repair your muscles and basically help you gain lean muscle, right? It helps basically for people that are trying to just maintain that lean physique. It helps when you get whey protein. It's called whey protein isolate, right? For me, when I first started in this journey, I wasn't really big on protein supplements and stuff like that, but eventually I started to get into it, and it helped a lot in my workout. It made my workouts more and more effective over time, because I started off by taking just like, whey protein, and it helped me gain that lean muscle that I was looking to get at that time. But a certain time came where I felt like I was too small and I wanted to gain a little bit more muscle mass. And then I decided to switch to, the mass gainers. And it took a couple months, but after a couple months, I started to get real big. And it just goes to show that if you get the right proteins, they do what they say they're supposed to do, And it took me a period of 6 months to complete my bulking phase, a little bit over 6 months, and now I'm more in my cutting phase. As you can see, I'm looking leaner and I'm looking more fit, more cut and more shredded. But that's because, I've been trying to work out as much as I can, as well as I've changed back to my whey protein isolate, and it's doing a great job, And the next thing is basically what kind of protein powder in which category, depending on whether you want whey protein or mass gainers. What kinds of protein, what products or what brands should I use? Protein is protein, right? Regardless of if it's the mass gainer kind or if it's the whey protein isolate, right? Let's talk first about the whey protein isolate. If you're getting, regardless of whatever brand it is, if it's whey protein isolate, it's gonna do what whey protein isolate is supposed to do. And now talking about mass gainer, if it's mass gainer protein, it goes hand in hand with your diet as well, right? You're trying to build mass, so you gotta eat a lot as well as taking the mass gainers, because they go hand in hand, right? So it doesn't really matter what brand you take. It just matters that you get in the right amount and you're following the right, you're following the right guide and you're following the right way of using these proteins, right? And another thing is they go hand in hand with working out as well, because you can't just take protein and not work. You can take protein and not work out, but it's not going to do anything for you, right? It's just like you're taking protein. It does whatever protein is supposed to do in the body anyways, but you're not just gonna automatically get fit. You have to actually work out, and you have to actually have a workout schedule, workout routine that you follow on a weekly basis. And putting all that together, that's what is basically gonna help you in your journey. And now a cheat for when you want to buy protein powder. I'm not really a big fan of buying protein powders in stores, because stores have to make their profit and they buy from the wholesalers and stuff like that. So it's the end of the chain, right? It's a retail chain. So it's gonna be way more expensive than buying online. So me personally, I found out that it was way cheaper to buy online, so I started buying my stuff online, right? And you wanna make sure you're getting, when you wanna buy a protein, how do you find out which one is the right one or which one is a better protein? You gotta look at the contents, what it contains, right? You gotta look at how much grams of protein per scoops are in the container. You gotta look at, the scoop serving size. You gotta look at basically a lot of things, and I'm gonna talk about them in a bit, right? So let's get down to breaking it into, a more detailed form of how to actually select the protein that's right for you. So I'm not trying to advertise any brands here, but this is the protein I'm currently using, and one very, very important point to consider when buying protein is you got to look at the servings per container, because some contain 30 servings per container, some contain 60, and this one contains 70 because it's a 5-pound protein. I bought this basically so I don't need to worry about protein for a while, but I can get 32 grams of protein per scoop. And that's actually pretty good. You can get higher serving sizes, but it depends on what kind of protein you actually end up buying. So this one has 130 calories, which is not bad at all, because you're trying to watch over how much caloric intake you're getting in your system, right? This one is 130, which is pretty decent. Another thing you want to watch out for is how much fat is in the protein powder. So this one is 2 grams, which is actually not bad at all. You could basically walk that off in 5 minutes if you're concerned about how much fat you're taking into your system. And 2 gram fat is nothing at all compared to a lot of them, which have way more way more grams of fat in them. Another thing you want to look at is how much protein you get per serving, right? So as you can see here, you get 20 grams of protein per serving. And you also gotta pay attention to the ingredients. Make sure there's no aspartame or any harmful substance, in the protein powder. Another thing you gotta pay attention to is the suggested use, because like a lot of protein powders have different suggested ways you can use them, and this one says 1 to 2 scoops basically per day as a dietary supplement. And for optimal results, drink 2 to 3 times before and after training and between meals. Some of them, it tells you to take 1 scoop, once in the morning, once in the evening, once after you wake up, once after you work out. They have different suggestions that you can follow, and you gotta pay attention to that in the container of the protein you buy. And as you can see here, this one also has BCAAs, which are branched chain amino acids, which is actually really good, and you should, if you can, you should get one that has that, because either you get one that has one, or you as you go on in your your fitness lifestyle, you want to get BCAAs separately, and pure BCAAs, because they help a lot in your workouts. And another thing you want to consider is flavor, right? A lot of people may not necessarily like the same flavors, and you got to basically think, what kind of flavor would I be comfortable drinking, twice a day, or every day. I personally like vanilla a lot, so I decided to get something that has vanilla in it. You might decide to get chocolate, strawberry. I wouldn't advise getting the strawberry kinds and like the fruity kinds, because I've heard a lot of bad reviews about the fruity kinds. So something simple. If you like chocolate, get some chocolate. If you like vanilla, get something vanilla. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And sometimes you might get another important thing to note when considering buying whey protein is, sometimes you might get a 5-pound value size, or a 5-pound protein container, and it might have, say, 30 servings of or 30 scoops, right? So you basically have to put it in proportion, right? If you're getting, even if it's a 5-pound, it has to be not less than 60 servings or 70 servings, because otherwise you're not getting a bang for your buck. You're basically getting ripped off. So look at it in the way that you look at it in that sense, right? If you're getting a 5-pounder, it has to be 60 or more servings. Right? If you're getting let's say a 2-pounder, for example, it has to be 30 servings, or a little bit more than 30 servings. So say 30 to 40 servings, right? So you have to look out for that as well, because at a time I spent a lot of money buying a 2-pounder, which was 30 servings, all right, 30 scoops basically, and it cost me about $50 to get it, right? And it lasted me only a couple weeks, because I had to take 2 scoops a day, right? And that was really a huge disappointment. And buying this 5-pounder that I have right here, it cost me $45, right? Which is like $5 cheaper, and it gives me 70 servings. So you can see how much money I wasted buying the 30 servings protein powder. And compared to this, it's way better to get the 5-pounder that has more servings than something with a lesser serving size and more expensive, right? So if you're considering getting protein, or you're just wondering about protein, now you have a little bit of an idea of what to expect, or what to do, or how to choose the protein that's right for you, right? Because trust me, when you're having more intense workouts over time after you start working out and stuff like that, and your reps get higher and stuff like that, you need protein to repair your muscles fast, because you don't want to be sore while working out the next day. You want to be refreshed. You want to have enough energy to like go in and do your workouts and complete your reps and complete your sets. You want to have enough protein basically to make your muscles like in their best capacity, and not weak and stressed, right? You want to be in top performance or top shape when you go to the gym. So that's what proteins are going to help you do. So thank you guys for tuning in to Liking Fitness today, and We're going to be uploading some more videos over the next coming weeks to help you attain whatever body or whatever lifestyle you're choosing to get. And this has been Protein Powders, our first episode. In our next episode, we're going to be talking about creatine, so that's a very important one to also tune in for. So yeah, don't forget to like this video, share this video with your friends, talk to someone about protein powders, and educate yourself about protein powders, because if you're going to put it in your system, you might as well know exactly what it does to you, right? And one more final comments. There are no side effects of taking protein powders. Protein powders are completely advisable to take in your workouts. Nothing to fear from them. They're absolutely great and absolutely amazing. I've used protein powder for a year now, and personally it's been a great experience using protein powders, and I'm going to continue using protein powders all through my working out routines and all through my working out fitness lifestyle. So don't forget, it's been your boy K Factor here, representing Liking Fitness, and tune in again.